Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Finally, Microsoft has published another massive news that they are making this VS Code as an open source AI editor. Remember one thing, they have mentioned open source AI editor. Previously, this VS Code was open sourced, but their AI feature was not open sourced. But now this AI feature is also open sourced. And now another thing is that they are making this GitHub Copilot also open sourced. So this is the official blog post that we will open source the code in the GitHub Copilot chat extension under the MIT license, then carefully refactor the relevant components of the extension into VS Code core. So this is the last line that is very important, that into VS Code core. That means you don't have to go this extension marketplace and you don't have to search this GitHub Copilot. This GitHub Copilot now will be a built-in feature in the VS Code. Okay, so now what will be the impact on the VS Code fork like cursor and this windsurf? In this video, I will discuss on that, like what advantages of VS Code as an open source AI editor over the cursor and windsurf. And there will be a huge competition between these AI code editors, VS Code versus cursor and windsurf and all others. And now you will ask me that why they are open sourcing it, because in this way many developers will get access to this VS Code, and many developers will make their own versions. Like now see here, already Cursor and Windsurf made their own version from the VS Code fork and making it successful and running it successful, right? But the problem is that this Cursor and Windsurf has their own policy, and they have their own feature. Okay, but if you open source this VS Code, then in that case, all over the developers in the world can access that code and can add more feature to that VS Code. Okay, and in this way, a time will come when this VS Code will have more feature than the cursor. I hope you got the point. Here you see that why open source now. This is the section. I will keep this blog link in the description. You please read it. Here you see, over the last few months, we have observed shifts in AI development that motivated us to transition our AI development in VS Code from closed to open source. Why? Here you see that an ecosystem of open source AI tools and VS Code extensions has emerged. We want to make it easier for these extension authors to build, debug, and test their extensions. And this is especially challenging today without access to the source code in the Copilot chat extension. So the thing is that if anyone or any developer is making an extension that is compatible with the Copilot, if they don't know the code base of this Copilot, then in that case, sometimes it may be problematic that their extension will be compatible with the Copilot or not. Okay, so this is a very big question, right? So that's why they are making this Copilot open source, so that many developer can build their own extension which are compatible with the Copilot, which are compatible with the VS Code AI feature. And in this way, this VS Code will be more powerful than the other AI code editor like Cursor or Windsurf. I hope you got the point. Here you see, another thing is that malicious actors are increasingly targeting AI developer tools. So there will be a potential security issue, right? Now, if many developers all over the world who are expert in resolving the security issue, okay, and who are working in the cyber security, and if they get access to the VS Code, then they can actually make this VS Code more powerful, and uh, they can solve the security issues quickly. Here you see that helped us find and fix security issues quickly, because you will get the huge community. Okay, and this is the best and important feature that you will get, and it will make this VS Code very much powerful than the cursor and Windsurf, that you will get a huge community support. So this is the things that I will discuss now, that advantages of VS Code as an open source AI editor over the cursor. First advantage is that open source transparency and community driven improvement. Sometimes what happens that if you are using this kind of AI code editor in any organization, then you don't know that where your data will go. Okay, because if you are using cursor or windsurf, in that case whatever the code you are providing to them, it is going to cursor or windsurf central any repository, right? So in that case it will be very much problematic and security concern issue, right? Now if it is open source, then you know that where your data is going, and you can also control that by modifying that AI code editor, because it is open source. All the source code is uh, you have access to all the source code. And now the next advantage that you will get is seamless integration into VS Code established ecosystem. What is that means? That means you can add actually more feature to the VS Code, and a time will come in future when this VS Code will have more feature than the other AI code editor. And also remember, there are some extensions in VS Code. You know that in VS Code the extension marketplace is huge. There are many extensions that you will get in their marketplace, and some extensions are not compatible with the cursor or windsurf code editor, because there was a policy that you cannot use these extensions if you are forking this VS Code and you are making any AI code editor, and you are you are making profit from them. Okay, so there was a policy, and due to that policy some extensions are not working in cursor and windsurf. But if you use VS Code, and then you can use that extension, and also you will get that AI feature that will be built in. That means you don't have to install this GitHub Copilot. You will get this kind of GitHub Copilot UI in as a built-in feature inside the VS Code. Okay, so that means you are getting the extension, plus you are getting the built-in this AI feature, and also you can use the MCP servers, because I have already shown you in my previous video that how to use this VS Code and MCP and do the setup. If you haven't watched that video, please go to our channel and go to this search option and search this VS Code. Okay, and after that you will find this video, that VS Code agent plus MCP setup. So please watch this video, you will get the idea that how to do the setup. Okay, now another advantage that you will get is this broader accessibility and cost benefit. That what I was telling, that if you use the cursor and windsurf, then they have some subscription plans like $20 and $15 type of subscription plan. But the thing is that suppose you don't need much work in your AI code editor, then in that case also you have to pay that $20. Suppose you have a work that will cost only $5, but you have to pay $20 to access that cursor. But if you use this VS Code, this open source VS Code with the built-in AI feature, in that case you have the full control, that you have your own API key that you can use, and after the use you will see that the total cost was only $4 to $5. Okay, now you have the full control, and also you can use the other open source API keys also, like Gemini and OpenRouter is there in the market, right? So this is a huge benefit that you will get. And another important feature is this enterprise friendly features and trust. So this is a very important point, because if any organization allows you to use the VS Code with AI feature, because in most of the organization people are using the VS Code only to do the development. Now if your organization allowed to use the AI feature also inside the VS Code, then they can do the setup, or they can modify that VS Code GitHub Copilot code in such a way so that it can follow the company's rules and restriction of doing the code. Okay, so in that case it will be very much easier for this enterprise or companies to accept the VS Code with the AI feature, and they will allow you to use it. Okay, so for all of these features, and at the end of the day, And at the end of the day, you will see that you will get a huge community support to the VS Code, and that you will not get in case of Cursor and VS Code. And you know that what advantage at the end of the day you will get a huge community support, and a time will come in future when you will see that VS Code have many features, because there are many great developers all over the world who can contribute and who can add features to this VS Code. They can make it more powerful. Okay. And you will see that this VS Code then have more features than the cursor and windsurf. So making VS Code with the Copilot as an open source is not a foolish idea, is a great idea, so that you can get more customer base. I hope you got the point. So this was the video, and also I have already published another video on this GitHub Copilot coding agent. This is the new feature that they have published one day ago. I have discussed about this in that another video, so please don't forget to watch that video also. You will get the idea that how this GitHub Copilot new coding agent will work. Now, if you found this video helpful, guys, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to watch the other videos also. So see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.